This president put the health of America first from day one.
I wanted to always play it down. I still like playing it down.
Yes, sir.
Because I don't want to create a panic.
He also wanted to reassure the American people all along the way.
And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning?
There's that old saying from World War II in Great Britain that keep calm, carry on.
People that you've never heard of. People that are in the dark shadows, people that...
What does that mean? That sounds like conspiracy theory.
The president made it clear he wanted us to deploy the full resources of the federal government.
It's supposed to be our stockpile. It's not supposed to be state stockpiles that they then use.
I couldn't be more proud of the strong, steady leadership that President Donald Trump brought to this coronavirus pandemic from day one.
Now it's turning out it's not just old people, Bob, just today and yesterday. Some startling facts came out. It's not just older
exactly.
young people, to plenty of young people.
Did you, Willie, did you ever see Absence of Malice?
Oh, yeah, of course.
You ever see that final scene, you know,
didn't
where
ask me.
Mr. Brimley, he turns to his assistant DA, and I forget the guy's name, goes, tell me, what you going to do after this job? Because I'm going, and he basically said, yes, you are. I'm your boss. Well, that's what when I look at Mike Pence and I see him lying through his teeth, a man who, I mean, from everything I've known, he's a man of great faith, and he's certainly let us all know that throughout his entire public life that he's a man of great faith. So who's to doubt that? But I just wonder, though, when he's lying through his teeth for this president, I really do. I go, what's Mike Pence going to do after this? Where does he go to get his reputation back? Because Donald Trump's been lying through his teeth about the coronavirus for well over a year. And my favorite part of what Pence said and what Trump's saying is when they're drawing these Churchill comparisons and saying, oh, we're just like Churchill, keeping calm and carrying on. I've said on this program since March that he should be like Churchill. And, you know, I read Splendid and Vile, and we had Eric on several times here. And Churchill would weep openly in public when he would go visit these sites during the London Blitz. He would tell people how bad things were, but at the same time said, we're going to keep fighting. And all of these, Churchill, the British people face any misfortune with fortitude and buoyancy as long as they are convinced that those in charge of their affairs are not deceiving them, are not dwelling in a fool's paradise. It was Winston Churchill. But here's the Churchill quote that I thought of. When all of that, I would love to say it, but this is, of course, a children's show. All of the BS that they were spewing yesterday. I thought of Winston Churchill's speech to members of Parliament off the floor. And this, Willie, is what Winston Churchill did to get support to stand up to Nazi Germany when so many people wanted to appease Hitler and give in. Give in. This is what Winston Churchill said. If this Long Island story of ours is to end at last, let it end only when each one of us lies choking in his own blood upon the ground. Nothing Pollyannish about that. Churchill let the British people know all along what was in front of them. When France collapsed, he said, the Battle of France is over. The battle for Britain has begun. And Willie, my God, again, in real time in March, in April and May, we kept telling this guy, just tell Americans the truth. They can handle it. Don't hide the truth. Don't be responsible for the lies. He could not stop lying, Willie.
And now we know from Woodward's book that was a strategy, that he wanted to downplay this because he believed it helped. He didn't want to create a panic, he said. But as you've just laid out, I could feel John Meacham's jaw dropping to the floor when you heard those, as you said, repeated comparisons yesterday to Winston Churchill and to keeping calm and carrying on, to Great Britain and the Blitz. Churchill famously leveled with the British people. Of course, he was inspiring. Of course, he was a leader, but he leveled with the British people about how bad this was, how bad it could be if the country didn't rally. And you're right. We said in February and March and April, President Trump would get credit, actually, for coming out and saying what was true, which is he didn't invent this virus. He didn't bring it to the United States, but it's here, and now we've got to make some sacrifices to deal with it. The sooner we deal with it, the shorter the run will be if we ignore it the way we have ignored it. We might be sitting here now in the fall going back to school or not going back to school 6 months later because we didn't deal with it. So, yeah, those comparisons are gross, and I honestly don't know how Mike Pence does it. I don't know. Do you take a shower after a TV appearance like that? How do you look yourself in the mirror? How do you look your family in the mirror? When you know one day after on tape the president has confessed that he didn't take it seriously, you're coming out and praising his leadership. I honestly, just as a person, I don't know how you do that.